Sports Wars. It's your boy Pat. I've been gone for a quick little minute, but I'm back, and we are here for some rapid fire NBA topics. My fellow Sports Wars admins gave me some feedback on some things they thought I should speak of, give some feedback on, and we're going to get right into it. So, first things first. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Toronto Raptors. Well, my thoughts on this particular matchup in the Eastern Conference semifinals is pretty simple. Those dinosaurs, that Jurassic Park head-ass team, they stand no chance against LeBron James. They stand no chance against King James, no matter what iteration he's in, whether he's in Miami, whether he's in Cleveland. If he wants to go out to Mars and play basketball there, Toronto ain't beating him, straight up and down. Now, I'm not here to just bash and denigrate Toronto. Obviously, Toronto deserves to be in the spot that they're in. They had a great season. They have talented players. DeMar DeRozan stands out among many others. But LeBron James owns real estate in the psyche of the Toronto Raptors. He is their boogeyman. He is their kryptonite. He is the big bad wolf to blow their house down. That dude, aside from being a physical freak of nature, is becoming more and more cerebral and smart and is just picking you apart from a strategic standpoint. And they can't deal with it. They go up against him and they just crumble. I don't know if it's a mental, psychological thing, whatever the case may be, but yeah, it's not going down. It's just that simple. LeBron is the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. Straight up. The Boston Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Well, as far as Philly goes, I think Philadelphia is a really interesting team. They are a team that is leading the charge and reigniting the Eastern Conference being exciting. And this Philly versus Boston rivalry that does have a lot of history to it is going to basically be resurrected by these two current rosters. Ben Simmons, I think, is the premier prodigy in the NBA, particularly in the East. Obviously, LeBron, his future is kind of up in the air. We don't know if he's going to stay in the East or go out West. But irregardless, Ben Simmons is next up. He is that next marquee superstar who is going to be a transcendent talent. And this particular matchup, the main thing about it that stands out to me is that, one, it's a year too early because obviously Boston is missing Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving. But related to that point, the main thing that stands out in this matchup to me is Brad Stevens. What Brad Stevens has been able to design and execute with this Boston roster, missing those two superstars, it's beyond words. He is my favorite coach in the NBA. More than Steve Kerr, the coach of my team, more than any other coach, including Greg Popovich. Now, granted, as you guys can see, I'm an Oakland guy. I don't like Boston. I don't like Boston sports. I don't respect a lot of elements of Boston sports culture, particularly some of the racial stuff throughout their history. But I do respect how cerebral a lot of Boston sports teams are. And this Brad Stevens-led Celtics organization is the finest example of that I can think of in the league as it stands right now. And last but not least, Russell Westbrook and Paul George's future. Oof. So it would be real easy for me as the Dubs fan to come in and just bash Westbrook. I'm not going to do that. Westbrook is athletically probably second only to LeBron James, and it's close. Like, as an athlete, the guy is an absolute, he has a motor that doesn't stop running. If you put him in pads, he'd probably be one of the most feared safeties in the league. The guy is just a monster. He has no off button. And the analogy that I like to make about Russell Westbrook is that he is a force of nature. You can't stop a force of nature. You can't contain a force of nature. All you can really do for it is prepare and react. Teams that are going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder, they prepare for what Westbrook is going to do, and then they react to what he does. That's really the most honest insight, honest response I can give to my overall thoughts on the guy as it stands pre, during, and post Kevin Durant. And pertaining to Paul George's future, I mean, obviously, as a LeBron fan and respecter, but a Warriors fan first, I am all for player movement and player mobility. And that includes the current set of guys who play for my team. If Klay Thompson decides that he wants to go off and pursue a career elsewhere, or later on down the line, if Curry decides he wants to go and do something else, I won't hold it against him. If these guys have to do what's best for them, for their careers, for their families, and the whole idea that you have to be tied down to one team forever and ever and ever, it's an archaic, outdated notion. It's not realistic in 2018 for a successful young person to tie their success down unnecessarily to only one place. If you can have success elsewhere and there's nothing standing in your way, hell, go for it. So if Paul George ultimately decides that he wants to, well, of course, the leading assumptions that he's going to go join the Lakers, return to Los Angeles where he's from, or if he wants to pursue something else, or whether or not he wants to stay right there in Oklahoma City, it's none of our damn business. He's not entitled to do something to satisfy you or me or anyone else. So like my boy Roy Morgan says, we're going to wait and see. That's all I got for you guys for right now, but trust me and believe me, as these playoffs progress, we will be back. Peace.